And to other stories, the Ondo State Police Command has launched an investigation into the assault of the State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Bunmi Osadahun, by a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, Olumide Awolumate, in Arigidi Akoko area of the state. The state chapter of the APC has called for the immediate suspension of Mr. Awolumate. Ayodeji Morade, your report.
The social media space was flooded with a video of the assault of the State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Bunmi Osadahun, by World Chairman Olumide Awolumate.
All of a sudden, the Commissioner for Women Affairs came in the company of his son, one other guy, and a police officer.
In a video that went viral, the World Chairman hit the Commissioner with a plastic chair, thereby inflicting injuries on her head. The fight occurred when the two-party chieftains engaged in an altercation over the distribution of palliative rice meant to cushion the effects of petrol subsidy removal. This has continued to generate reactions from different quarters. The state chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, condemned the attack on the commissioner in its entirety and called for the immediate suspension of the chairman by the world leaders.
We are talking about a serving honorable commissioner for women affairs who is a lady old enough to be your mother. The young man has done something terrible. The party, we had an emergency meeting, the state working committee today, and we have directed the ward esco to suspend the young man. It will not end there. Other disciplinary actions will follow. But for now, we want to extend our apology to the Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs.
In the meantime, the police in the state have launched an investigation into the matter.
The investigation has commenced into what actually transpired and I'll wait to be briefed. But preliminary investigation after that, the Commissioner for Women Affairs for the state, Dr. Bunmi Osadahun, went to Akoko to monitor the distribution of palliatives. And in the course of doing this, she had an altercation with one Mr. Olumide Awolumate. And in the course of the whole process, she was assaulted. Like the CP actually ordered that the case be brought down to state CID.
The command said it will not allow the case to be swept under the carpet. Ayodeji Morade, TVC News, Akure.
Now, for further perspective on the assault on the Women Affairs Commissioner, I am being joined on the news by the Media and Communications Manager, Women Advocates Research and Documentation Center, Wemimo Adewuni. Good to have you join us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So some of the comments I've seen as this video went viral is that, look, people are being sentimental. Some have also said that, look, this should be treated as a party matter and not, a gender issue. Talk to us as to why this is a gender issue.
I would like to first state that I speak on behalf of WASI and which then helps us to prosecute such cases. One of the things that we will not agree on is to sweep this under the carpet, under the umbrella of being party politics. Now, this is the Commissioner for Women Affairs. She is the person who represents the women in Ondo State. And what we see happen is a microcosm of what happens across Nigeria. Zero respect for the office that a woman holds. I can assure you that if a man had been in that position, that man would think twice before you hold that chair on her. Now, she stands as a representative of women. And we stand here to say that an injury to one woman is an injury to all women. We have issued a statement earlier today. We're glad to see that there's been move by the police and the government the APC in Ondo State to suspend the man and to also, look into investigations. But I can assure you that we're following this development very keenly, and we can tell all Nigerians that in this particular case, an example will be made of Mr. Awolumate.
And we understand that he has now been suspended by the state chapter of the party. Is that enough? What more do you think should be done?
No, that's not enough. We live in a country that's governed by laws, and we've got laws that tell us what happens when you act violently against another person. We have the criminal law in Nigeria, that if you check section 355 of the Criminal Code Act of Nigeria, it states clearly that the punishment for you laying your hands on another person is 5 years in jail. We also have the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, and it's very clear that where there are actions, there are consequences. Again, we would assure Nigerian women that an example will be made of Mr. Awolumate because he has taken an action that represents the unfortunate position that women have been subjected to in Nigeria. So it is not enough to suspend him, although that is one of the things we asked for in our statement earlier today. But we would ask that there will be thorough prosecution to the full extent of the law.
And you've mentioned the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. I think that is what it is. There is also the National Gender Policy. Do you think that people really understand, or that we've done enough sensitization on these policies and then the consequences?
So we live in a very patriarchal society. And as you know, the gender bills were thrown out by the 9th National Assembly just before we left. I mean, if you look at how those bills were thrown out, it shows you how patriarchal a society we live in. So what has happened is that it's a big fight, if I would use that word. It's a big push. It's a long journey. I mean, to advocating that women's rights are human rights and that women are equal citizens in this country as men are. In a fully patriarchal society, we know that it's a long journey, it's a marathon, and we're ready for it. We're pushing one step at a time. We're pushing advocacy, through litigation, through every means that we can to ensure that women are given the rightful place of honor that they deserve in our society. So we're not relenting. We're not shy of the obstacles and barriers. We keep going on every day. We'll address each issue as they occur.
We'll see how this particular issue plays out. Thank you so much for talking to us. The communications, media and communications manager, Women Advocates Research and Documentation Center, Bunmi Osadahun.
Thank you.